What is up, everyone? Welcome back to Titletown Podcast. It's Chace here with Christian, and today is the first ever Mount Rushmore Wednesday. So, real quick before we get into what that is, Christian, what's going on?
Nothing much. Just firing through my college applications right now, trying to get them done ASAP so I can get back to just normal life.
There we go. Man's pretty busy. All right, so first Mount Rushmore Wednesday. What that entails is that me and Christian, our current Mount Rushmore topic today is current Bruins players. We haven't done any Bruins podcasts yet, so this is just the first way we're going to get it started. So here's how we're going to go one by one. 4 players, obviously, for his Mount Rushmore, and can't say it enough, it's current players on the team. So here's how I am going to do my criteria. I'm not going my favorite player. I'm not going, the most liked player overall. I'm going strictly team. Who is the most valuable to the team? And I'm going to start off real quick. Might be a hot topic. Tuukka Rask. And I'll tell you why. In hockey, you need a goalie. You need a good goalie. And we saw what happened this year when he left after COVID. I know he left after like a game and a half or some random stat. He played like 2 games in the playoffs and went outie. Personal issues, stuff like that. I'm not going to make fun of him because it's obviously a pandemic, so he did the safer thing. But I am throwing him up there as a current player because Tuukka Rask is a good goalie, but I am not including Game 7s. So that is my first one. Christian, who's your first guy?
I'm shocked. I wouldn't say Rask anywhere near to the level of David Pastrnak. He had 95 points last year, an MVP candidate. Yeah, I'm still kind of shocked by the Rask pick. Obviously, a goalie's.
So you're absolutely right. I'm not doing mine in any specific order. I'm just saying my first guy I'm saying is Rask. But yeah, continue.
Yeah, so I mean, Rask is pretty important, but I wouldn't say he's more important than Pastrnak. I would take Pastrnak over Rask any day of the year. He's a young guy, got to lock him up to a big deal, and I just feel like if you're going to have a team, you need a star, and Pasta is the star for the Bruins. Yeah, so mine's got to be Pasta.
All right, so now we're getting into mine. So with Pasta and Rask off the slate, I'm going to throw it down to obviously Patrice Bergeron. He is a god when it comes to winning the face-offs. He always should win the defensive forward award. I don't know why he never does. And the NHL kind of doesn't like giving it to Boston athletes. It's whack. It's not just him. It's like it's something with Boston sports players. They just don't win awards they deserve. So yeah, he should be the captain. Obviously, we have Chara, so I'm not going to come out here and say that he should take the captain away from Chara. But when Chara's gone, he's going to be our captain. He's a franchise talent. He's the same thing as Pasta. He's Pasta before Pasta was. He's that guy. He's just so good. He's the one guy you go into a game, you're like, oh well. At the end of the day, we have the better center. So that's mine. What's your second one?
My second's going to be McAvoy. He's going to be
the leader. That was going to be my sleeper one, but yeah, continue.
He's going to be the leader of the defense once Chara's out of here. He's going to be the young up-and-comer that's going to be staying with the Bruins for a long time. From BU, he's a Boston man. He's going to be here for a while, and he's going to get better every single year. The defense was one of the Bruins' weak spots, I want to say, last year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Great forward talent, but they had no depth defensively. It kind of was a drop-off after McAvoy, Grzelcyk, and Chara. But besides those 3, there wasn't really any spark on the defensive side of the puck. But I want to say McAvoy for my second head on the Rushmore.
Yeah, so with that, McAvoy, you did take mine, so I just want to give my little 2 cents on that. He is the kind of guy, and every hockey team has their premier defender and their premier forward. I feel like that's just how it is. That's just how hockey works. Everyone always has that one really gross guy you got to work out. I think he's a top 15 defender in the league. So it's very good that we have him. I absolutely agree. He's a young guy, going to be in the team for a while. All right, so I'm going to stir the pot a little bit here with my third one. And I'm saying I'm going to go Charlie Coyle only because that playoff run he had when we went to the Stanley Cup last year, 2 years ago, he was nasty. What was it, like 7-8 goals in it as a third string center? That's just unbelievable. You can't ask for more than that. So I'm going to throw him out there. Obviously, I'm trying to stay sane. I'm not going to like say this just to stir the pot on purpose, but that's just how I feel. With the guys off the list already, I prefer him over Krejci personally. I think Krejci's kind of washed, but still that role player. But yeah, I'm gonna say Charlie Coyle. Who's your third?
Well, I just want to talk about Charlie Coyle real quick. He wasn't over who I'm gonna say next, but he's one of my favorites. Coming from the Wild, of course, I'm a sports fan, so that trade hurt me inside. I liked Coyle as a player. He was a winger and a center over in Minnesota, and then he's really developed here with the Bruins. And he's from Weymouth, another Massachusetts guy.
Yeah, the Massachusetts guys.
Yep. But with my third, I'm gonna have to go. It pains me to do this because I hate him so much, but I'm gonna go Marchand. He is.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer though.
Great with the puck. He's slid too low. He has to be on here for current players.
Yeah.
Even though he leads the team in penalty minutes. He's an absolute pest. But besides that, he's a player you want on your team and not on the other team. Because if he's on the other team, he's pissing you off all game. Whether it be his skills or his antics, he's going to wreak havoc. And that's just who he is. What about your
before I get into my final one, I just want to say the Pastrnak, Bergeron, and Marchand line, in my opinion, is the best line in hockey. If it's not the best, it's at least top 3. It's a damn good line. Obviously, you got Bergeron and Marchand who are getting older up there, but it's a very – when that line's on, you expect a goal from one of those 3 per game. So, if we're down 1-0, down 2-1, you see them come on, you're very calm. But then they do have their playoff problems, which is kind of weird. Like I remember Pasta was in like the second line for some games, but every year's a new year. Yeah. So my fourth one, this is just, it's not like it's pretty hard. It's not like I'm pulling any random names out of a hat. But I got to say Chara, obviously. He's not the best guy on the Bruins by any mean anymore. He's like 44. He's old as the wind. But you know what? He's that guy. He's 6'9". He's massive. Doesn't lose a fight. He's a great team leader. You always love him. He's a great locker room.
Yep.
He broke his jaw in the last Stanley Cup. And, it just shows how hard it is to win the Stanley Cup. He put his body on the line to win it. He already has one in his career, but it's the Bruins are the only team in Massachusetts, Boston specifically, the New England area, the Titletown area, that go to the finals and don't win it. It's nuts. The Red Sox are 4-4 this century. The Celtics are 1-1. The Patriots are 6-9. Like, obviously, 6-9 isn't 100%, but you're still winning 2/3 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Bruins are, I want to say 1-for-3, 1-for-4, 1-for-3. I know that's
around there, and they've also struggled getting there. They've folded in the conference finals and the quarterfinals. They've had their troubles within the playoffs, not just in the finals.
Yeah. The thing is, we always feel like we have the most talented team, but hockey is just that sport where you could be the worst team in the playoffs and still win a ship. But yeah, I am saying Chara to close it out because I think he's just a guy you want in the locker room. And you just like what you said with Marchand, you just don't want to play against him. You don't want to go up against a 6'9" defender. All right, who's your final one to close this segment out? First Mount Rushmore Wednesday.
Yeah, so actually, believe it or not, Chara led the Bruins in plus or minus last year. So as a lot the slack he gets for being slow and old, he does produce when he's on the ice.
Yeah,
but with my last one, statistically, it would have to be DeBrusk, but I love the way this guy plays. It's got to be Chris Wagner. Now listen, the name, you hear it, you're like, who the hell is Chris Wagner? This guy is an absolute grinder. Led the team in hits, my favorite category. go out there. He's going to make a play.
Who doesn't love that category?
He's going to put the body on body. Yeah, you put the body on the body. It's perfect. Big hit. You need a big spark for the team. He's going to go out there and do it. And that's one thing in hockey that is something that you can't get in another sport. The automatic shift of an absolute beast hit that happens and play still goes on, where in football there's a big hit, you have a 40-second break between the next one. There's no contact in baseball, and in basketball they call fouls. In hockey, that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
so
and that's a very great point.
Yeah, Wagner, he plays almost all of the games, and he's always in there causing trouble. He's getting old. He's 28, but besides that, can't go wrong with him on the ice, in my opinion.
Yeah, the point you raised about hockey, a big hit is such a momentum change because, again, there's no whistle unless, of course, it's a penalty. But, yeah, I absolutely agree with you on that. All right, so that was our first Mount Rushmore Wednesday, Bruins edition, current players edition. And so how this is going to work is next week, next Wednesday, we're going to do another one. We're going to wait and see which team we're going to do, what category we're going to do. But Christian, thank you for hopping on. This is a fun little segment, and we're going to keep these going. And before we sign off and Christian does his little goodbye, just want to say that make sure you guys go check us out on Spotify and all the other platforms we're on. We are on Anchor, and if you want a best way to access all of these, it's all in the comments. All the links we can to hop on. And again, we're going to pump out more content. We're going to go between 4 and 5 episodes a week scattered throughout. So make sure you guys always follow us on Instagram and Twitter to stay updated. Christian runs a Twitter, and he does not even just updates about videos. He does live updates sports-wise. And so, yeah, before we sign off, Christian, one last thing.
Yeah, just make sure you hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, tune into on Spotify. It helps a lot. And, yeah, have a good one, boys.
Of course. And again, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment what you want us to talk about. See you guys next time.